Hello, everyone. It's time once again for another game from the 2016 Minnesota Twins season, and I am replaying using Strat Baseball. Tonight, the Minnesota Twins go to Yankee Stadium to play the Yankees in Game 73. Twins come into this game with a 28-44 record in this replay, which is 5 games better than their real record. All right, so we'll get started, and we'll just announce the lineups when they happen. Leading off and playing third base is Eduardo Nunez against Tanaka. So righty-righty matchup. 1-4. That's a base hit to left field. And Nunez, 1-13. Nah, he'll stay there for now, but they will hold him on. And here's Robbie Grossman. 1-9. And he walks him. So first 2 on for the Twins today. And that brings up Joe Mauer, the first baseman. Grossman playing left field tonight, and Nunez playing third. No, they'll let Mauer swing away. 5-8. That is a ground ball to the second baseman. That would be Starlin Castro. He is a 3. And that's an 8, and that will not be in range. So Castro will have to roll a 6-10 to make the twin killing. E14, that's a 9. Castro grabs it, throws to second for 1. On to first, double play. And Nunez moves to third. However, there are 2 outs. And that brings up the second baseman, Brian Dozier. 3-7. And that's another walk for Tanaka, so that puts runners on first and third. That's Max Kepler. They will hold all runners. 6-4. And that's a ground ball to the second baseman, Castro. Throws over and then ends the top half of the first inning. Twins rally but do not score, and your score after 1/2 inning is 1-0, no score, bottom of the first. All right, Tommy Milone is making a return to the Twins rotation, and he will be facing Brett Gardner, leading off against the Twins playing left field. 6-3, and Gardner gets plunked. And Gardner sees an opening, and with Suzuki's noodle arm, we will be sending him, so it's a 1-15. Here comes the throw, and he's out. Suzuki down to the shortstop Escobar, and that's 1 out. Here's Ref Snyder. 5-9, that's to the shortstop. Escobar, he's a 3. And a 12, and that is out of range. He is an E22, he will need a 7-10 or a 12. And that's a 6, and that's a 1-base error. So here is Carlos Beltran. Excuse me, I'm going to turn the TV down so I don't get a copyright violation. Okay, sorry for the slight delay. For 7 against the righty. That's a 55% single chance. And that's a 3, so Beltran laces a single. Center field. And Ref Snyder will stop at second. Now I'll bring up Alex Rodriguez. 4, 7 again. Same thing. 1 to 11. But that's a 17, and that's a ground ball to the shortstop. Goes over to second for 1 out, but Rodriguez beats the throw. Russ Snyder moves over to third. So there's runners on the corner with 2 outs for Starlin Castro, the shortstop. Or sorry, the second baseman. Shortstop is Didi Gregorius tonight. 1-9, and that's a fly ball. No, that's a strikeout, actually. Milone is a left-hander, so I'll have to look on the blue part tonight. So just like the Twins in the top half, the Yankees strand 2, and after 1 inning, it is no score. And Tanaka will, Tanaka will face Escobar, who Eduardo Escobar, who's playing shortstop tonight. So Escobar batting left-handed. 2-2, and that's a walk. I'm sorry, oops. No, it's not. 2-2 against the righty. That is a line out to second. Here's Byung-Ho Park. 4-9. That is Chu Gregorius. He is a 1. And a 6, and that will be in range, and so that's a good play. The ones in advance make all the plays in range, and they are all ground ball A's. 1-10, and that's a ground ball to the second baseman. Castro picks it up, throws it over to first, and after 1.5, it is no score. So Tommy Milone will face the third baseman, Chase Headley. It's a Blazing Saddles joke for those that don't know. 1-7, and that's a base hit up the middle, actually. Remember to look on the blue part. They will hold on Headley because of the weak arm for Suzuki. So Didi Gregorius playing shortstop. 3-11. And that is, I know most of the people in advance, I don't like the A+ for holding on being a single, so I'm going to use the super advanced rule here. And that's just a regular 4-6-3 double play. And here is Aaron Hicks. 1-9, and that's a fly ball to right field. And down go the Yankees in the second inning. And after 2 complete, it is no score. And here is Kurt Suzuki. No, that's not right. Byron Buxton. 3-5, and that is a strikeout. And we go back to the top of the order. Here is Eduardo Nunez. 5-4. Catcher X. Romine is a 3. And an 18. And that will be a foul out. So nobody on, so it would be a pass ball and a foul out, but nope. Nobody on, excuse me. And here's Robbie Grossman. 6-10. Fly ball to the center fielder. Hicks is a 3. And a 3, and I don't think he'll make the play. He will not. It falls in for a single. And that's the second hit of the day for the Twins. And they will not hold Grossman on. And that brings up Joe Mauer. 4-4. And that is a shallow fly ball to center field. That is caught. And after 2.5, it is the Twins nothing and the Yankees nothing. Now batting and playing center field. Oh, was playing center field. I have to keep moving. Batting ninth and catching is Austin Romine. 6'9". But Romine has normal power against lefties. So a 1-18 would be a home run. And that ball is gone. Austin Romine with a little poke down the left field line. Makes it 1-0 Yankees. Here's Brett Gardner. 3-5, and that is a strikeout. All right, here's Rob Refsnyder. 5-7. That's at least a single, if not a double. Oh, he just misses a double. Cut off in the gap. And they will not hold Refsnyder. Here's Carlos Beltran. 2-3. And against the lefty, that's a ground ball to the shortstop. Actually, that will be a 6-4-3 double play. All right, so the Yankees get on the board on the Romine homer. And after 3 complete, it's the Yankees 1 and the Twins 0. And we have Dozier, Kepler, and Escobar loosening. Due up for the Twins. Sorry, it's been a long day. 6-10, that's to the center fielder, Hicks. 7. That is just good enough. Hicks runs it down, and the fans give him a nice hand. So here is Max Kepler. That is a 1-5, and Kepler hits one right back up the middle, base hit. And here's Eduardo Escobar. They're not holding Kepler on. 2-10, and Escobar is patient, and on a 3-2 count, Escobar watches it go high, and he reaches on first. All right, so runners on first and second with 1 out for Byung-Ho Park. Oh, he at least got the bat on the ball. And that's a ground ball into the hole. Castro gets it. His only play is to first. But the runners will move up to second and third, leaving it up to Kurt Suzuki to try to bring home the 2 ducks on the pond. 3-4, and that will not do it. High pop-up. Castro waves everybody off, squeezes it, and that's it for the Twins. They leave 2, and we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Jeez. Score Yankees 1, Twins 0. All right, here's Alex Rodriguez. 2-8. That is a strikeout. Here's Starlin Castro. 5-5. That's a fly ball to center field. Buxton runs that one down. Here is Chase Headley. 3-4, and that's a ground ball to third base. And that ends the 4th inning. Score Yankees 1, Twins 0. And Tanaka will face Buxton, Nunez, and Grossman. 6-3, and that's a base hit for Buxton. And they will hold him on. All right, here's Eduardo Nunez. 3-9. I don't move Buxton to second because Castro's only play is to first. And Buxton is in scoring position with 1 out. Here's Robbie Grossman. 3-4. Tanaka bears down and gets a strikeout. So it's up to Joe Mauer. 3-5. And Mauer taking care of business. Base hit up the middle. Buxton around third. He will score. And the Twins have tied the game. All right, here's Dozier. 4-9. Tough play for Gregorius. He is not in... Wait a minute. Shortstop. Not in range. So E16 for Gregorius. 6-10. And he just gets it. However, Joe Mauer's big RBI single ties the game at 1. And Tommy Milone will come out for the 5th inning. Now, this is his point of weakness. All right. 2-10. And that's a base hit for Gregorius. And they will hold him on. And then... And the Yankees will play the hit and run. With them holding on, Gregorius, Hicks will be a B hit and run. Being a 4, I don't think that's a base hit, but I think it's enough to... Yep. He grounds the ball to first, but because Gregorius was on the run, he will take second. That's just as good as a bunt, in my opinion. So, here comes Romine, whose home run in the 3rd inning is the Yankees' only run. 3-7. Lefty. That's a ground ball to shortstop, and he will not be moving. And we go back to the top of the order. Two, 7. That is a fly ball to center field. And we go to the top half of the 6th. It is 1-1. All right, this is Tanaka's point of weakness. He will face Kepler, Escobar, and Park. Okay, 3-4. High pop-up behind home plate. It'll stay in play. And Romine squeezes it for the first out. Here's Eduardo Escobar. 6-3 base hit. And they will not hold him on. And here's Byung-Ho Park. 4-8. Grounds as a shortstop. Gets it over to second, but that's all they will get as Park beats it out. And there are 2 outs, and here's Kurt Suzuki. They're not holding on Park. 6-6, that's a base at the left field. And Park will just go to second. And here's Byron Buxton, chance to put the Twins ahead. And they will have bullpen action. Richard Blyer will be loosening in the pen. 6-10. Center field, that's Hicks. He's a 3. This is not a gimme. A 9. We will go to his error rating. And Hicks is an E2, so essentially a 4 to 10 or a 12. Ooh, just on the edge. At a 10, he makes the play. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th, and we are tied. And Tommy Milone will at least continue into this inning. Now, the Twins do have bullpen action. They will get Taylor Rogers, who was just called up from the minors. He will be loosening in the pen. Five, 7, and they may call him now. Ref Snyder, base hit. He is now 2 for 3 on the day. We'll let him get through this part. Try to at least. Here's Carlos Beltran. 5, 8. That is to Dozier. Excuse me. He is a 2. And a 17. Is that an A? Yes, it is. Dozier over to Escobar, on to Mauer, and the Twins have turned 2. And here is Alex Rodriguez, and which will probably, if he gets this out, will probably be his last out here. 3-6, and he will strike out Alex Rodriguez. And Rogers will probably be coming into the game here. So we go to the top half of the 7th, tied at 1. And Tanaka will be on a very short leash. One, 6, fly ball to center. In fact, you know what? That's it. They are going to bring in Richard Blyer to pitch to Robbie Grossman. They're going to turn him around. Six, 7. That's to the second baseman Castro. And a 16, and that is in range, and that is a good play. So Blyer gets Grossman. And here is Joe Mauer. Lefty-lefty matchup. 3-12, and that's a base hit. So Joe Mauer, 2 for 4 on the day, and here's Brian Dozier. 6-6. That's a ground ball to the second baseman. Castro throws it over, and we go to the bottom half of the 7th. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back for it's root for the Yankees. If they don't win, it's a shame. It's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're at the old ball game. Hey! All right, so Milone has pitched his last. And we will bring in Taylor Rogers. All right, so he will be facing Castro, Headley, and Gregorius. 6-6, that's a strikeout for Castro. And here is Headley. 4-7. Against a righty, and that'll be a strikeout. So Rogers has struck out the first 2 batters he's faced. And here is Didi Gregorius. 5-3, right fielder. That's Kepler. He's a 2. And a 9, and that's most likely not in range. No, it is not. So Kepler is an E11, which means he'll need an 8 to 10. Not even close. Misplays it, and that's a 2-base error on Kepler. And the bleacher bums are giving it to him in Yankee Stadium, E9. All right, we'll now bring up Aaron Hicks. 111 against a lefty. That's a high pop behind home plate. Suzuki says it's mine, and it is. And the Yankees go down in the 7th inning. And we are tied at 1. Let's see here. Blyer. He'll at least pitch to Kepler. Let's see here. So there was a switch hitter and a righty. Then we'll go to Kirby Yates. Is going to be loosening in the pen. Actually, I think they'll let him pitch to... Okay, that's a pop out. The second base. And they will go to the bullpen. Yep. And they will bring in Kirby Yates. Face Escobar. .112, he hit him. So, not the way that the Yankees wanted to start this for when Yates come in, but 5-9, that's a strikeout. And there are 2 away. And here is Kurt Suzuki. 2-6. And Suzuki gets a hold of one. That's an 11. That'll get to the wall. And Suzuki trots into second. And here comes Byron Buxton. 1-5, and that's a strikeout. So Yates strikes out 2. And we go to the bottom half of the 8th. Still tied at 1. And will Taylor Rogers come back out? I believe he will. All right, so he will face Romine and then the top of the order, Gardner. The Twins will have bullpen action. We will have, let's see, lefty. If a righty comes up, it will be Neil Ramirez. If it's a lefty, we'll have Buddy Boshears. So we'll get them 2 loosening in the pen. .59 to the shortstop. That's Escobar. And he makes the play. And here is Brett Gardner. .63 back to the mound. And this better be an 18, 19, or 20, or 1, 2, and 3, because he ain't going to make the play. Nope. He is an E51. And I think he has to roll a 2. Yep, he has to roll a 2 and a 4 and a 6 on the white die. Not even close. So, Rogers bobbles it. and can't make the play. And that's his call to the bullpen. They will bring in Neil Ramirez to face the righty. And this will be the only batter for Neil Ramirez because he is no bueno against lefties. As you can see, all the end home runs. So maybe he'll get 2 here with Refsnyder. 2-11, not even that. Base hit the left field, and Gardner was not being held on. So 15-16, 1-17, they will just say go to third. And runners on first and third with 1 out. And they will make another call to the bullpen, and they will get Buddy Boshears. I know this is kind of the baseball that you guys don't like, but hey, I'm going to do it anyways. All right, so Boshears will face Beltran, and the infield will be in. 1-4, ground ball C. So with the infield in, batter is out, runner at third holds, and the other runner will advance. So he looks the runner back. Steps on the base himself. And Refsnyder goes to third, so now they'll play normal. Here's Alex Rodriguez. 1-7, that's a ground ball to shortstop. And the Twins get out of the 8th with no damage. And we go to the top half of the 9th. The game tied at 1. And let's see, Yates pitched 2/3 of an inning. They'll let him start, but we will have Andrew Miller loosening in the pen. And the Twins will get Jepson and Kinsler loosening in case they score a run here. 4-2, that's to the first baseman. That's Refsnyder, he's a 4. But that's a 19, and that is a good play. He grabs it, throws to Yates covering, and that's 1 away. And Grossman will face Yates, so he'll have that left-handed. 3-4, and against a righty, that's a strikeout. And here is Joe Mauer. He is 2 for 4 on the day. 3-7, and he strikes out. So Yates has gone an inning and 2/3, and he will not be pitching for if they go to the 10th inning. So Boshears will come out. And they will face Castro, Headley, and Gregorius. 6-2 righty, and that's a ground ball to the shortstop. Escobar on to Mauer. 3-9, and that is a ground ball to the shortstop. All right, and here is Didi Gregorius. 3-5, and that's a ground ball to the shortstop. So Escobar, the busy half inning. Let me check my time. All right, I still got plenty of time here. So, and that's it for the bottom half of the 9th. And we will have bonus baseball for game 73. And Kirby Yates is done. He's pitched an inning and 2/3. And here comes Andrew Miller. And he will face Dozier, Kepler, and Escobar. And they're going to get Kevin Jepson loosening in the pen. 2-11 against a lefty. That's right back to Miller. Underhands at the first, and that's one away. Here's Max Kepler. 5-3. Right back to Miller. He is a 4, so as long as this doesn't fall in range, he's okay. 4 and a 19. That goes right through his legs for a base hit. So, yeah, 4, the only play he makes is a 20, so he had the E0, but we won't say anything about that. All right, here's Escobar. Switch hitter batting right-handed for 3. And will Miller redeem himself? Yes, he will. An E0 is an automatic ground ball A. So Miller on to, we'll say, Gregorius. Over to first, and we go to the bottom half of the 10th inning. The game's still tied at 1. And Miller will be coming out, and we will not have Boshiers. We will have Kevin Jepson. Against Hicks, Romine, and Gardner. 4-8 against the lefty, and that's a base hit to left field. And they will bring the corners in, but Romine will not be bunting. 4-8. And that's a 1-11 single chance. And that's a 6, and that puts runners on first and second. And they will definitely bring in the corners in, and Gardner will definitely get the laydown. He is a B bunter. B and a 7, that should be good. And it is. So runners thrown out by the first baseman, so we'll say 3-4 with the sack. That moves runners to second and third. They will intentionally walk. No, they won't, will they? I guess to have the... No, they'll play the infield in. They will not intentionally walk the bases loaded. They will play the infield in. And for Ref Snyder, 3-7. And heck, they just did it anyway, so that's a walk. And now they will definitely play the infield in. Here is Carlos Beltran. 3-12. And looky here. The walk-off walk. In to score is Hicks. And not a good night for Kevin Jepson. Just shows why he gets traded to Tampa Bay. All right, so the Yankees win this one 2-1 in a pitcher's duel. If you like those, this was your game. All right, winning pitcher will be Andrew Miller. He pitched the 10th inning. Losing pitcher Kevin Jepson. Tommy Milone would go 6 1/3 and get a no decision, and Tanaka would go 6 for a no decision. So the Twins lose tonight, and that puts their record at 28-45. The Yankees got on the board first on the bottom half of the third when Austin Romine hit a ball over the wall for a 1-0 Yankees lead. However, the Twins would come back and tie when Byron Buxton led off the bottom of the fifth with a single. He moved to second on a ground out on a hit and run. And then Joe Mauer with 2 outs, an RBI single, making it 1-1. and we would go to extra innings. And in the bottom half of the 10th, with Kevin Jepson pitching, back-to-back singles put runners on first and second. Brett Gardner with a sacrifice. They intentionally walked Ref Snyder, and then Carlos Beltran with an RBI single. All right, well, I will play the final 2 games of this series offline, and then another episode of Twins Week in Baseball will follow. All right, thank you everybody for watching, whoever will watch. If you like what you see, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and then ding the bell to be notified of any live videos. All right, everybody, whatever game you are playing on either Cards and Dice or on the PC, have fun doing it, and may your clicks or dice be lively and your rolls and background clicks be good. Have a good night, everybody.